गुड इवनिंग फ्रेंड्स, स्टडी विद द पाल इंजीनियरिंग एंड जनरल जियोलॉजी परवीन सिंह बुक। तो आज से हम लोग अपना चैप्टर 15 चालू कर रहे हैं, जो कि इकोनॉमिक मिनरल डिपॉजिट, यानी कि जो इकोनॉमिकली इम्पॉर्टेंट मिनरल हैं उनका डिपोजिशन, उनका के जैसे अब यही है कि इंट्रोडक्शन में दे दिया एंड ओरिजिन ऑफ ओर डिपॉजिट, और कैसे डिपॉजिट हुए हैं, इग्नियस डिपॉजिट्स, मेटासोमेटिक रिप्लेसमेंट डिपॉजिट्स हैं, सेडिमेंट्री डिपॉजिट्स हैं, मेटामॉर्फिक जैसे रॉक के तहत कौन से डिपॉजिट्स हुए हैं इकोनॉमिकली, सेडिमेंट्री रॉक के तहत हैं, मेटासोमेटिक रिप्लेसमेंट डिपॉजिट्स है, मिनरल रिसोर्सेज ऑफ इंडिया, इंडिया में कहाँ कहाँ, जैसे हमने नहीं कहा था कि आप लोग मैप का यूज़ ज़रूर करिए, अब तो और इम्पोर्टेंट हो गया है। तो इंट्रोडक्शन पे आते हैं। मिनरल्स फ्रॉम चीफ सोर्स ऑफ ऑल द इंडस्ट्रियल मेटल्स एंड नॉन मेटल्स एंड से द कॉमनली यूज्ड, just read, commonly used metals like aluminium, copper, iron, lead, zinc, its aluminum, copper, iron, zinc, it's all are all manufactured using minerals, are raw materials. Similarly, non-metals like glass and refractories are also made from minerals. Minerals are also source of energy. So coal, petroleums in a general sense called mineral oils, are radioactive minerals like uraniums, radiums have been still remains the agents of a change in our industrial civilizations, and in fact the role played by the minerals deposit in the overall progress of all countries can hardly be overemphasized. Ore minerals is defined as a mineral which contain a metallic element in a quantity that can be exploited and extracted for use at an economical cost. Clay are rich in aluminiums, but since metal cannot be extracted from ordinary clay at an economical cost, these are not included amongst the ores of aluminium. So bauxite and ores, oxides of aluminium, however, is an ore of aluminium. Since the metal metal aluminiums can be recovered and from bauxite by electrolytics refinings at economic cost, and the definition of an ore is therefore technologies dependent. If a technology is developed to extract aluminium from clay at an economically viable cost at a later date, these could also be included amongst the ores of aluminiums. Ore deposits. Naturally, concentrations of an ore's minerals in a massive rock's body is defined as an ore deposit. It may be of any shapes and forms, but its size is of real importance. A small patch or layers of bauxite, say 1 meter thick and kilometers long, will not make an ore deposit. The deposits has to be of considerable size and volumes, often in terms of millions of tons, to qualify as an ore deposit. Hence, the definition of an ore deposit is also size dependent. गैंग मिनरल्स, ये शायद वेस्ट मटेरियल ही होती है. हाँ, a few non-metallic minerals, yes, are often found associated with an ore minerals. These have to be separated from the ores before the same is processed for extraction of the metals. These associated minerals are called gang minerals and are worthless. Quartz SiO2 is a common gang minerals associated with many metallic or non-metallic minerals. सॉरी, मेटेलिक और मिनरल्स, टंग स्लिप बहुत होती है. कमांड. ओरिजिन ऑफ ओर डिपॉजिट्स, ये बहुत छोटी छोटी डेफिनेशनें दी हैं, उनके साथ एग्जाम्पल हैं, आप उसको बुक को भी खुद से रीड केयरफुली करिए. Origin of ore deposit. Mineral deposit may occur independently, forming layer and bodies of different shapes extending for many kilometers in areal extent and up to many meters in depth. Sedimentary deposit of iron oxide and hydrous aluminum oxides are of this types. In other cases, the ore deposits are more precisely ore minerals may be present in an enclosing rocks called the country rocks or the host rock. In figure, तो in such cases the host rock itself is removed in the first stage of mining. So the ore minerals are then separated at the second stage of exploitations on the basis of their times of formations. Relative to the host rocks, the ore deposits are divided into two groups, is in syngenetic and epigenetic. Syngenetic deposits are such deposits that have formed simultaneously with the enclosing rocks. These are either of igneous or of sedimentary types. 50 किलोमीटर 4 किलोमीटर दिस देखो आयरन ओर लेयर है और होस्ट रॉक ओर बॉडीज का टेक्सचर है. प्लीज मेक अ डायग्राम विद लेबलिंग एंड रिपीट. अगर एक बार बना लिया रफ से, चाहे जैसे भी बेमन से बनाइए, फिर उसके बाद फेयरली ज़रूर बनाइए. 3 बार अगर आप तुरंत डायग्राम बनाते हैं तो परफेक्शन आ ही जाएगा. तो एपिजेनेटिक्स डिपॉजिट आर दोज डिपॉजिट दैट वर्स फॉर्म्ड सब्सिक्वेंट टू फॉर्म्स टू द फॉर्मेशंस ऑफ द होस्ट रॉक. एपिजेनेटिक डिपॉजिट ऑफ igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic types are known. In another common methods of classification, ore minerals are divided into hypogene, also termed primary deposit, and supergene, also known as the secondary deposit. The secondary deposits are formed as alterations, product of primary deposit through weathering and related process. An ore deposit may be either of igneous and or of sedimentary origin. Some deposits are related to the metamorphic process and are as such classified as a deposit of metamorphic origin. Within these three broad modes of origin, a mineral's deposit of economic value might have originated due to set of simple or complex process. Hence, it will be beyond the scope of this book to go into any details of any one or all these processes. Here, only a mention of these is deemed sufficient. Sufficient readers interested in details study of origin of these deposits should refer to reference given at the end of the chapter. So, igneous deposits. These deposits are formed by the crystallization of magmatic melts in different environmental principles. Types are magmatic deposit and hydrothermal deposits. During the crystallization of a magmatic melt, many minerals of economic values also get formed depending on the original composition of the melt. These minerals may get concentrated towards the bottoms or margins or other places within the cooling bodies of the magma because of some factors operating at the time of crystallizations. These concentrations are sometimes of such size and nature that their economic exploitation is feasible, as magmatic deposit forms a major source of some important metals as gold, chromium, titanium, and uranium. Concentration of the economic magmatic minerals may take place during the earlier or the later stage of the process of crystallization. Accordingly, these are often distinguished as early or late. Magmatic crystallizations, their stage of formation is easily revealed by their relationships with the enclosing rocks. Magmatic ores deposit commonly occur in the following forms: segregations, dimensions, and injections. Segregations. In magmatic segregation, economic minerals get concentrated more or less at the place of their formation, such as along the bottoms or margin of an igneous body. In the earlier stage of crystallizations, when most of the magma is still in a molten state, minerals that happens to form sink to add and settled at the bottoms due to gravity. This is naturally referred as a gravitative settling. Similarly, towards the latter stage, when most of magma has crystallized into solid rocks, some left over melt containing economic minerals crystallizes along the margins of the solidified magma. This process is referred as residual magmatic segregations. Chromiums and titaniums ores are example of early and later segregations respectively. Disseminations. In magmatic disseminations, the economic minerals are dispersed at random in a cooled igneous body. जैसे इन फिगर में ये दिया है ये. In some cases, the dispersion is within within a limited space. Limited space, whereas in other cases it is over a large volume. Large volumes when concentration is economically not exploitable, when the minerals of economic value is dispersed only in a limited space in the body of igneous mass, and the trend is commons over large areas. The wholes of the rocks mass is mined for exploitation and extractions of the valuable minerals. Disseminations are a typical example. This is its mode of occurrence in the famous diamonds pipes of South Africa, where the minerals, ये दुनिया का सबसे फेमस एरिया है और पहले नंबर पे है, where the minerals occurs as a dispersed crystal in ultra basic rock called kimberlites. In India's the पन्ना ये जो MP साइड में है ना, डायमंड्स माइंस ऑफ मध्य प्रदेश, हाँ, आर आल्सो सिमिलर इन नेचर्स ऑफ किम्बरलाइट्स ऑफ साउथ अफ्रीका के बराबर ही है. Hence the main diamondiferous pipes is of volcanic origin, सिमिलर है इनके फीचर काफ़ी हद तक, इसलिए भी है. Is of volcanic origin, has a voidth of more than 350 meters and made up primarily of serpentine rocks. Magmatic injections. These are thin lenticular or slightly tabular bodies of magmatic minerals that appears as having been intruded और इंजेक्टेड, मतलब डिस्टर्ब करती है, इंजेक्टेड हो करके जैसे गई और फिर दूसरी डिस्टर्ब इनटू द बर्स्ट रॉक. एंड व्हेन मैग्मा राइज अप विद सफिशिएंट हाइड्रोस्टैटिक फोर्स, इट मे इंट्रोड्यूस इनटू अवेलेबल फिशर्स और फ्रैक्चर्स इन द सराउंडिंग्स रॉक्स, वेयर इवेंचुअली इट मे कूल डाउन. इंजेक्शंस डिपॉजिट्स में रिजल्ट बोथ एज अर्ली एज इन द लेट स्टेज ऑफ क्रिस्टलाइजेशन. सो इन फिगर अब बनाइएगा इसको. फॉर्म्स ऑफ मैग्मेटिक डिपोजिट, सेग्रीगेशन, इंजेक्शन, डिसएमिनेशंस एंड मैग्मा कूलिंग्स और मिनरल्स सेग्रीगेशंस एंड सैंडस्टोन दिया हुआ है नंबर यहाँ पे 1 2 3, ये सब रॉक इंडिकेट की गई है ना. 1 2 3 सैंडस्टोन है, लाइमस्टोन को जैसे नंबर 4 कर रहा है, 5th इंजेक्टेड ओर्स है, एंड 6 इज दिस एमिनेशंस और ग्रेन्स. थैंक यू. प्लीज लाइक एंड सपोर्ट. Thank you. Please give positive response. Thank you.